Three knocks. Low. Deliberate. Echoing through the darkness. A woman screams. Then silence. Just the sound of something dragging across wooden floor. Getting closer. Closer. Then it stops. The knocking begins again. 1, 2, 3. Cut to 5 days earlier. Morning light filters through the windows of a small apartment in Lagos, Nigeria. Adanna Okonkwo, 28 years old, young lawyer, ambitious and modern, doesn't believe in village superstitions. She left all that behind when she moved to the city 7 years ago. Her phone rings. Her mother, calling from their village in Anambra State. Adanna, you must come home. Mama, I am working. Cannot just leave. Your cousin Obioma is dead. The words hit like a physical blow. Obioma. Her favorite cousin. Only 25 years old. Always laughing, always full of life. What? How? What happened? Her mother's voice drops to a whisper. The knocks came for her. 3 nights ago. She heard them. Now she is gone. Mama, please. Not this superstition again. What really happened? Was it an accident? Illness? You never listen. You think because you live in Lagos now, because you wear your suits and work with white people's laws, that you are above these things. But the village knows. The elders know. The witch has marked our family. What witch? Mama, there are no witches. Obioma probably had a heart condition or... Come home. Bury your cousin. Then you will see. Then you will believe. The line goes dead. Adanna stares at her phone. Obioma dead. Doesn't make sense. She just spoke to her 2 weeks ago. She was fine. Healthy. Planning her wedding for next year. But duty calls. Family is family, no matter how far you run from village life. She packs a small bag. Black dress for the funeral. She'll stay 1 night. Pay respects. Leave. Back to civilization. Back to logic and reason and laws that make sense. The bus journey from Lagos to the village takes 6 hours. The roads get worse the further she travels from the city. Paved highways become dirt paths. Modern buildings give way to mud brick houses with corrugated iron roofs. Palm trees and cassava farms stretch endlessly. She arrives at sunset. The village of Umwada looks exactly as she left it 7 years ago. Nothing changes here. Nothing grows. Just the same tired faces, the same gossip, the same backwards thinking. Her mother waits at their family compound. Mama Rose, 60 years old, gray hair wrapped in traditional headscarf, worry etched deep in her weathered face. Came. Course I came. Where is Uncle Emeka? How is he handling this? Not well. He has not spoken since we found her body. Adanna's lawyer instincts activate. Found her body. Where was she found? In her room. Door locked from inside. Windows closed. But the look on her face. Her mother shudders. She died of fear. Pure fear. Her eyes were wide open, mouth frozen in a scream. And on her forehead 3 marks. Like someone pressed 3 fingers there. Hard. Adanna wants to dismiss this. Wants to demand an autopsy, a police investigation, a logical explanation. But something in her mother's eyes stops her. Genuine terror lives there. The elders say the knocks came at midnight. 3 knocks. Obioma told her younger sister she heard them. That was 3 days ago. On the 3rd night they found her dead. Mama, this is ridiculous. People do not die from knocking sounds. The witch marks her victims. 3 knocks. 3 days. 3 marks. Then death. Has always been this way. Who is this witch? Does she have a name? Her mother glances around nervously, as if the walls have ears. Some things we do not speak aloud. Especially not at night. We prepare for the funeral tomorrow. You will stay in the guest room. Not Obioma's room. Nobody will sleep in that room. Ever again. That night, Adanna lies in the guest room, unable to sleep. The village is too quiet. No traffic sounds. No city noise. Just crickets and the occasional dog barking in the distance. He checks her phone. No signal. Course. She's in the middle of nowhere. She thinks about Obioma. Tries to remember the last thing they talked about. Something about the wedding. Something about... What was it? Obioma had mentioned a problem with someone in the village. An older woman who was angry about something. But Obioma had laughed it off. Said it was nothing. Village drama. What was the woman's name? Adanna's eyes grow heavy. Sleep finally comes. But it doesn't last long. At exactly midnight she wakes. The room is pitch dark. The generator must have run out of fuel. Common in the village. She reaches for her phone to use as a flashlight. That's when she hears it. Three slow, deliberate knocks on her door. Her heart stops. Her breath catches. For a moment she can't move. Can't think. The rational lawyer in her says it's just her mother. Or a cousin. Someone checking on her. But it's midnight. Who checks on someone at midnight? And there was something wrong about those knocks. Something unnatural. The sound was too heavy. Too final. Like someone striking a coffin lid. Hello. Calls out. Her voice sounds small. Frightened. She hates that. No response. Waits. Listens. Nothing. Just her own heart pounding. She's being ridiculous. It's nothing. Just someone walking past. Maybe they knocked on the wrong door. Maybe. Her phone lights up. No signal, but the time is visible. 12 a.m. exactly. She lies back down, pulling the thin sheet up to her chin. Sleep doesn't return. Outside her window, in the darkness, something moves. Morning comes slowly. Adanna hasn't really slept. Every sound made her jump. Every shadow seemed to move. She tells herself it was just her imagination, fired up by her mother's superstitious stories and the stress of Obioma's death. The funeral preparations begin early. Women gather, cooking massive pots of jollof rice and stew. Men arrange plastic chairs under a large canopy. Children run around, somehow finding joy even in grief. This is the village way. Death brings the community together. Adanna helps where she can, but she's distracted. She keeps thinking about those 3 knocks. About the timing. Exactly midnight. She finds her mother in the kitchen, stirring a pot. Mama, last night, did anyone come to my room around midnight? Her mother's hand freezes. The wooden spoon stops moving. Why do you ask this? I heard knocking. 3 knocks. The pot slips from her mother's hand, crashing to the floor. Hot stew splashes everywhere. Women rush to help, but Mama Rose just stares at Adanna, her face drained of all color. You heard them. Whoa. No. Not you two. Mama, it was probably just on your door. At midnight. Exactly 3 knocks. Yes, but... Mama Rose grabs her daughter's arms, fingers digging in painfully. We must go to the Dibia. Today. Before sunset. The Dibia. The traditional healer. Adanna hasn't thought about him in years. As a child, she was terrified of him. An old man who lived at the edge of the village, surrounded by strange herbs and carved masks and secrets. Mama, I am not going to some witch doctor because I heard a knock on my door. It is not a knock. It is the knock. The marking. The witch has chosen you. This is insane. Adanna pulls away. I'm going to find out what really killed Obioma. I'm going to talk to her family. There has to be a logical explanation. She walks away, leaving her mother standing in spilled stew and despair. Adanna finds Obioma's younger sister, Chidera, sitting alone behind the house. The girl is 16, eyes red from crying. When she sees Adanna, she starts crying harder. He told me. She told me and I didn't believe her. Adanna sits beside her. Told you what? About the knocks. 3 nights before she died. She woke me up at midnight. She was shaking, terrified. said someone knocked on our door 3 times. I looked out the window but saw no one. I told her she was dreaming, that it was nothing. Then what happened? The next night same thing. 3 knocks at midnight. This time we both heard them. We didn't open the door. We were too scared. But in the morning we found 3 marks on our doorstep. Like claw marks, scratched deep into the wood. And the 3rd night. Chitara's voice breaks. The 3rd night I went to sleep at our cousin's house. I was too afraid to stay. Bioma stayed alone. She said she wasn't scared. That it was probably just someone playing a prank. But I knew. Deep down I knew. The next morning we found her. Door still locked. Windows still closed. But she was dead. And on her forehead 3 marks. Like someone pressed 3 burning fingers there. Did she have any enemies? Anyone who would want to hurt her? Chitara hesitates. Then she leans close, whispering. 2 months ago, Obioma rejected a marriage proposal. From the son of Mama Ugochi. Mama Ugochi. The name sends a chill through Adanna. Even in her childhood, that name was spoken with fear. Mama Ugochi. The wealthy widow who lived in the big house at the edge of the village. Mama Ugochi, who never aged, who buried 3 husbands, whose children all moved far away and never visited. Mama Ugochi, who everyone suspected but no one accused. Obioma said no to her son. She was already engaged to someone else. But Mama Ugochi was very angry. She came to our house. Said Obioma was too proud. That pride comes before a fall. That she would regret disrespecting her family. Adanna's lawyer mind starts piecing things together. This isn't about supernatural nonsense. This is about a bitter old woman who couldn't handle rejection. Maybe she paid someone to scare Obioma. Maybe the stress caused a heart attack or stroke. Maybe. Her phone. Chitara points. It is ringing. Dana looks down. Her phone shows no signal but it's vibrating. A call coming through somehow. Unknown number. She answers. Hello. Silence. Then faint breathing. Heavy. Labored. Hello. Who is this? A woman's voice, ancient and cracked. You should have stayed in Lagos, lawyer girl. This is not your business. Who is this? Adanna demands. Laughter. Low and cruel. You heard the knocks. Now the mark is placed. 3 days. 3 days until the 3rd knock comes again. Then. The line goes dead. Adanna's hands shake. He tries to call back. No signal. Impossible. There's never signal here. How did that call come through? Chitara is staring at her. Who was it? Adanna doesn't answer. Can't answer. Because despite all her education, all her logic, all her modern thinking, she's terrified. The funeral begins. Obioma's coffin is carried to the burial ground. The priest speaks of God and heaven and eternal rest. But Adanna notices the older women whispering. Notices how they avoid looking at one section of the crowd. She follows their avoidance. There, standing apart from everyone else, is Mama Ugochi. Tall for her age, dressed in expensive black lace, her face unreadable. She's not crying, not grieving, just watching. And when her eyes meet Adanna's, she smiles. It's not a kind smile. After the burial, Adanna makes a decision. She's going to confront this woman. Get answers. End this psychological torture. Because that's all it is. Psychological warfare. Scare tactics. Maybe even poisoning. But there's no such thing as witches. No such thing as supernatural marks. No such thing as curses. She walks toward Mama Ugochi's house. Other villagers try to stop her. Don't go there. Leave it alone. It is not safe. But Adanna is done with fear. Done with superstition. She reaches the big house. Knocks on the gate. A young girl answers, probably a servant. Adanna demands to see Mama Ugochi. She is not receiving visitors. Tell her Adanna Okonkwo is here. Tell her I want to talk about Obioma. The girl disappears. Minutes pass. Then she returns. Madam says you may enter. But she warns you. Some doors once opened cannot be closed. Adanna enters. The compound is immaculate. Beautiful flowers, trimmed hedges, expensive cars parked under shelter. Money, power, influence. Everything the village respects and fears. Mama Ugochi sits on a veranda, drinking tea. She doesn't stand when Adanna approaches. The Lagos lawyer comes to visit me. I am honored. Cut the games. Did you have something to do with Obioma's death? Such accusations. So bold. Your generation has no respect. Answer the question. Mama Ugochi sets down her teacup. Your cousin rejected my son. Made him look like a fool in front of the whole village. There are consequences for such disrespect. So you admit it. You killed her. I admit nothing. I simply state facts. Some people are marked for greatness. Others are marked for other things. You are insane. Am I? Tell me, lawyer girl. How is your sleep? Did you rest well last night? Adanna's blood runs cold. How did you? 3 knocks. Always 3. You heard them. Now you are marked. Just like your cousin. Just like the others before her. What others? Mama Ugochi smiles. Did you think Obioma was the first? There have been 6 others. All young women. All too proud. All marked. All dead within 3 days. You are confessing to murder. Prove it. Call your police. Call your lawyers. But they will find nothing. No poison. No wounds. No evidence. Just fear. And fear, my dear, kills more surely than any knife. Adanna's hands clench. I will expose you. I will make sure everyone knows what you are. They already know. They just cannot prove. And neither will you. Now leave my house. You have 2 days left. Spend them wisely. Adanna leaves, shaking with rage and terror. 2 days. What happens in 2 days? She needs help. Real help. There's only one person left to see. The Dibia. The Dibia lives where the Dibia holds up the mirror. Adanna sees 3 faint marks on her forehead, glowing slightly in the dim light. Her blood runs cold. How do I remove them? Cannot. Once marked, you are hers. He pauses, studying the shells again. There is one way. You must mark her back. What does that mean? He leans forward. Mama Ugochi is not the witch. She is the servant. The real witch died 50 years ago. But before dying, she passed her power to her daughter. And when that daughter dies, the power passes again. Always to the first daughter. Always the same curse. So who is the witch now? The Dibia's eyes meet hers. Mama Ugochi has only one daughter. She lives in Lagos. Works as a banker. Never married. No children. Just like all the marked ones before her. Adanna's mind races. Are you saying the witch marks women too? To what? To find a successor. The witch's daughter refuses to take the power. So the old witch searches for another first daughter to claim. Someone strong. Someone proud. Someone from a bloodline she can control. Obioma was a first daughter. And I am my mother's first daughter. The Dibia nods slowly. The witch marks potential daughters. Test them. The one who survives the 3rd night becomes the next vessel. But none have survived. They all die of fear before the power can transfer. You are the 7th attempt. This is insane. There has to be another way. There is. Face her at midnight on the 3rd night. Do not run. Do not hide. Look her in the eyes and refuse her. Break the fear. If you survive until dawn, the mark fades. She must start over. And if I cannot break the fear, then you die. And she marks another girl. And another. Until she finds one strong enough to carry the curse. Adanna stands abruptly. I do not accept this. I will go to Mama Ugochi. I will end this now. You cannot kill what is already dead. But you can free what is trapped. What does that mean? He hands her a small pouch. His daughter. The banker in Lagos. Her name is Chinyu. She has been fighting the curse her whole life. Find her. She holds the key to ending this. But hurry. You have only 1 day left. Adanna leaves, clutching the pouch. Inside is a protection charm and a piece of paper with an address in Lagos. She needs to get back to the city. But when she reaches the village edge, she finds the road blocked. A tree has fallen across the only exit. Men are trying to clear it, but it will take hours. Maybe all day. This cannot be coincidence. Her phone vibrates. Another impossible call. Unknown number. She answers. Chinyu's voice, desperate and terrified. Do not come to Lagos. She is watching. She knows. Stay in the village. Face her tonight. It is the only way. Tonight. But the Dibia said third night. Have 1 more day. The knocks you heard last night. That was the first marking. The call this morning was the second. The third comes tonight. Midnight. You have 12 hours. The line dies. Adanna checks her phone. It is noon. 12 hours until midnight. 12 hours until she faces a witch. Or dies trying. She returns to the Dibia. You lied. The third knock is tonight. I did not lie. Time moves differently for those who are marked. 3 knocks. 3 calls. 3 confrontations. All compressed. She is impatient. She has been waiting 50 years for a daughter strong enough to survive. Then tell me how to survive. He hands her a knife. Small old with symbols carved into the handle. This knife has been blessed by 7 generations of healers. Midnight she will come. Not to your door. Not as a stranger. She will come as someone you know. Someone you trust. You must see through the disguise. And when you do, you must cut the mark. Blood breaks blood. Pain breaks fear. Cut the mark. On my forehead. Hers. She wears the original mark. The first mark. Given to her grandmother 100 years ago. Find it. Cut it. Free her from the curse. And if I fail, then you become her. And the cycle continues. Adanna takes the knife. Her hands are steady now. The fear is still there, but so is something else. Anger. Determination. She did not come this far, work this hard, fight this long, to die because of some village superstition. She spends the afternoon preparing. Talking to the elders who will speak. Learning the history of Mama Ugochi's family. Discovering that every generation 1 daughter goes mad. 1 daughter never marries. 1 daughter carries the curse. She learns that Mama Ugochi has been trying to die for 20 years. Has tried everything. But the curse will not let her go until she passes it on. She is not the villain. She is the victim. Evening comes. Adanna returns to her mother's house. She eats dinner. Hugs her mother. Does not tell her what is coming. At 11 p.m., she locks herself in the guest room. Places the protection charm around her neck. Grips the blessed knife. Sits on the bed. The house grows quiet. The generator shuts off. Darkness falls. Her phone shows 11:58 p.m. 11:59 p.m. 12 a.m. Nothing happens. She waits. 1 minute. 2 minutes. 5 minutes. Still nothing. Maybe the Dibia was wrong. Maybe. Then she hears it. Not knocking. Humming. A woman's voice, humming a lullaby. Coming from inside the room. Adanna spins around. No one there. The humming continues. Getting louder. Coming from everywhere and nowhere. Then she sees it. The mirror on the wall. A figure forming in the reflection. Not Mama Ugochi. Someone else. Someone younger. The figure steps out of the mirror. It is Obioma. Adanna's mind fractures. Bioma stands before her. Shame face. Smile. But the eyes are wrong. Too old. Too knowing. Bioma died. I saw her buried. Death is just another door, cousin. The voice is Obioma's, but layered with something ancient underneath. You are not Obioma. The figure tilts its head. I am everyone who has been marked. Everyone who has died. We are all here. Inside her. Inside the curse. Waiting. Where is the real Obioma? Her fear consumed her. But her body, her voice, her memories. These we keep. The witch wears us like clothes. Changes faces like masks. Adanna grips the knife tighter. What do you want from me? The same thing we wanted from all of you. Boys, accept the power. Become the next vessel. Or die and join us in the dark. That is not a choice. That is a threat. The figure laughs. Is it? Think, lawyer. With this power you could do anything. Protect your family. Punish your enemies. Live forever. Never fear. Never age. Never die. At what cost? The cost is paid by others. Not by you. Adanna's jaw tightens. Then I refuse. I will not become a monster to avoid being a victim. The figure's smile fades. Wrong answer. Temperature drops. The humming becomes screaming. The walls seem to close in. Shadows pour from the corners like liquid darkness. Adanna raises the knife. Where is the mark? Show me the original mark. The figure laughs again. You think it is that simple. You think you can just cut me and break free. The mark is not on me. It is in me. And soon it will be in you. The shadows wrap around Adanna's arms, pulling her down. The knife falls from her grip. She struggles, but they are too strong. Cold. Suffocating. This is how Obioma died. Crushed by darkness. Consumed by fear. But then Adanna remembers something. The Dibia said she will come as someone you trust. Bioma is not someone she trusts. Bioma is dead. This is a trick. Distraction. She closes her eyes. Blocks out the screams. Shadows. Terror. She thinks. Who does she truly trust? Who would she let her guard down for? Her mother. Her eyes snap open. The figure of Obioma is gone. The shadows have vanished. Standing in the corner, watching quietly, is Mama Rose. Her mother. Smiling gently. Adanna, my daughter. You are so strong. Stronger than I ever was. Mama. I'm so proud of you. Me hold you. Let me comfort you. Adanna's instincts scream danger. But this is her mother. The woman who raised her. Who protected her. Who would never harm her. She takes a step forward. Mama Rose opens her arms. That is right. Come to me. Adanna takes another step. Something is wrong. Something in the eyes. She looks closer. Mama Rose's smile is too wide. Too hungry. And there on her neck, half hidden by her headscarf, Adanna sees it. 3 raised scars. Ancient. The original mark. This is not her mother. Adanna lunges for the fallen knife. The figure of Mama Rose screams, transforming. The face shifts, melts, reforms. For a moment, Adanna sees flashes of different women. Young, old, beautiful, hideous. All the vessels the curse has worn over a century. Then it settles on its true form. Mama Ugochi. But not as she appears in daylight. This is the witch underneath. Skeletal. Decaying. As like burning coals. You saw through it. Clever girl. But it changes nothing. The mark is complete. At dawn you will either be mine or be dead. Adanna holds up the knife. Or I end you now. The witch laughs. You cannot kill me. Hundreds have tried. Maybe. But I can free you. The witch pauses. What? You are trapped. You have been trapped for 100 years. You did not choose this. Your grandmother cursed you. Forced the power into you when you were just a girl. You have been trying to escape ever since. The witch's expression flickers. Confusion. Memory. You mark daughters because you are looking for someone strong enough to break the curse. Not carry it. Break it. The witch's voice becomes small. Childlike. I'm so tired. No. But you keep choosing wrong. You mark prideful women. Strong women. Women who will fight. But fighting feeds the curse. Resistance makes it stronger. Then what ends it? Adanna takes a breath. Acceptance. Not acceptance of the power. Acceptance of death. You must stop fighting. Stop searching. Stop trying to pass it on. You must choose to die. Truly die. The witch shakes her head. Not. The curse will not let me. Then I will help you. Adanna steps forward. The witch does not move. Adanna reaches up and touches the 3 scars on the witch's neck. The moment she makes contact, she is flooded with memories. Not hers. The witch's. She sees a young girl, maybe 12 years old. Beautiful. Innocent. Her grandmother performing a ritual. Pressing 3 burning fingers to the girl's neck. The girl screaming. The power flowing in. Dark. Endless. Hungry. She sees the girl growing up. Trying to be normal. Trying to marry. To have children. But the curse drives everyone away. Twists her thoughts. Makes her cruel when she wants to be kind. She sees the girl, now an old woman, trying to die. Prison. Drowning. Hanging. Nothing works. The curse keeps her alive. Keeps her suffering. She sees Mama Ugochi 50 years ago, begging her mother to take the power back. Her mother refusing. Dying and trapping her daughter in an endless cycle. Adanna pulls back, tears streaming down her face. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. The witch, no, the woman, looks at her. You see. You understand. And I forgive you. Those 3 words change everything. The room floods with light. The shadows scream and dissolve. The curse, fed by fear and hatred and unforgiveness for a century, cannot survive compassion. The marks on Adanna's forehead burn and fade. The scars on the woman's neck glow and crack. She gasps. It is breaking. How? 'Cause I choose to forgive. Not fight. Not flee. Forgive. The woman begins to age rapidly. 50 years. 70. 100. Her body crumbling like ancient paper. But she is smiling. Really smiling. For the first time in a century. Thank you. Her voice is barely a whisper. Tell Chinyu. Tell my daughter. I'm finally free. She dissolves into ash and light. The room returns to normal. Silence. Adanna collapses. Exhausted but alive. Dawn breaks. Adanna wakes on the floor. Blessed knife in hand. Ash lies scattered near the mirror. The 3 marks on her forehead are completely gone. Her mother bursts in. Adanna. Are you? She stops, staring. The marks. They are gone. It is over. Word spreads quickly. Mama Ugochi's house is found empty. Just ash scattered through every room. The curse is broken. Before returning to Lagos, Adanna visits Chinyu, Mama Ugochi's daughter. The woman is in her 50s, worn and tired. When she sees Adanna, she begins crying. She is gone. I felt it last night. The weight lifted. Your mother is free. She loved you. The curse would not let her show it, but she loved you. How did you break it? Forgiveness. She needed someone to see her as a victim, not a monster. 3 months later, Adanna receives a package from the Dibia. Inside, a blessed knife, herbs, and a list of marked women in different villages. All running out of time. She picks up her phone. The first woman lives in Delta State. She has heard knocking for 2 nights. I'm coming. Do not open the door. I will be there by sunset. This is her life now. Lawyer by day. Curse breaker by night. Her phone buzzes. Another woman. Another village. 3 knocks. Help me. Adanna grabs her bag and heads into the night. The curse marked her. But she turned that mark into a mission. When the witch comes knocking, someone finally answers. 3 knocks at midnight once meant death. Now it means Adanna is coming. What would you do if you heard 3 knocks at midnight? Would you open the door? Would you run? Tell us in the comments. If you survived this terrifying tale, smash that subscribe button for more African folklore nightmares. Share this with someone who needs to hear the warning.